Hey folks, Jonathan here, working on the Ford. Went ahead and got rolling on it, got all the hose clamps on, the points in, the negative battery terminal on, started on the alternator, hadn't finished that up yet. Finished bolting the radiator in, got the fan and the pulley on. We've got hose coming from the fuel line to the fuel pump, of course bottom radiator hose. Got this fitting on for the master cylinder, but I can't bleed it yet. I'm going to have some help. I've got to go get some brake fluid anyway. I'm out, so we'll get some brake fluid and probably get my wife out here to give me a hand. And I have figured out that I think the neutral safety switch is bad on this. There's something wrong because it won't turn over in park. Got to pull it down in neutral. So we'll get that figured out. That's not an issue. Still be able to start it. Hopefully get some kind of brakes on it. But the biggest hold up, I'm still going to make all the ends for the wires to go to the coil and take care of that. But biggest hold up is going to be the alternator and getting these brakes bled out. And I've still got to pull, like I said, pull the carburetor and build it. Looks like, yeah, I see Permatex. So someone's taking this thing apart and put Permatex on it. They must have ripped the gasket or something. I don't see it anywhere else on it, just right there. So we'll have to straighten all that out. I got a kit for it. Got a new filter for it, and hopefully we can have this thing running here in just a little bit. And I got a pickup antifreeze. So anyway, that's where we're at.
Okay folks, I had to make another parts run, and you know, it's kind of funny. I do these little NASCAR things, and I think they're neat, but a lot of people like it. But you know, it's kind of funny because I tried this in other vehicles and it don't sound the same. I don't change anything. That sound is the actual sound of this truck sped up 4 times. So, and you can hear how it, you know, sounds right now, and then I'll make it NASCAR mode. Alright, I didn't give it any gas or anything. That's just the difference. But I don't know if it's because the mufflers are under the truck and I don't have any tailpipe or what, but I haven't been able to find another vehicle that'll do it like this. But anyway, let's get home and get to work.
Okay, we got water and antifreeze in it. Don't have the fan hooked up yet. Thinking about trying the generator out. I don't know. We'll see. Make up my mind here shortly. I stuck the new filter on. I ain't even got a clamp on it. I just slid it on there. I wanted to see if that carburetor would run with it at all. And like I said, the neutral safety switch is not any good in it. So we'll try it. Now the gas gauge is working, which is a good thing. Windshield wipers work, but they're not right. Well, not the wipers because I don't have the arms on, but you know the pieces that go on. Let me see. I don't have my brakes yet, so go to neutral. Generator light's on, so temperature gauge is working. Going up. Well, it ain't working right. It's cold. It just went over to hot. Didn't know it's cold. Anyway. I don't know, carburetor may be okay. Get a clamp on there. Generator on there. All right. Okay, generator's hooked up. Well, generator's on. It's not hooked. The wires are not hooked up. Got a clamp on the fuel line. We're going to start it up here and let it run a little bit. Let me see. Get it in neutral here. Oh Lord. Well, oh, I guess I need to put the battery back in it. Might help. All right, let's see if this works any better with the battery. No, well, temperature gauge started moving real fast. Let's see if it climbs all the way up. This thing's still as cold as can be. Didn't climb as far. That's weird. It's definitely not right though. We do have a quarter tank of gas. Generally light's still on. I haven't done anything with that yet. Let's see. Yeah, oil light's not coming on when you turn it off. Oop. Still got a little bit of a lift and tick in it. May or may not go away. Taking a little bit, but I haven't bothered with that carb yet either. Probably, eventually going to go through it. Hopefully this gas and water will dry up on that intake. That's where I pressure washed it the other day, and everything is still, it's been cold, so it hadn't dried off. That's where there was a clamp loose. We got some antifreeze down there, but we got it taken care of. Alright, I'm going to hook the generator wires up and see if we can get it charged. Well, the temperature gauge went right back up to high, so I know it's not right. Heater's working and blowing hot air. Sounds pretty good. Okay, I think we've got a generator charging now. We're going to see. I had to excite the generator there. Oh, light went off. Alright. That's good to go. There goes that temperature gauge. Yeah, it's definitely not right. That's a shame. So anyway, so far we got a gas gauge and we're charging. Alright, we got to figure out why that oil light's not working too. I probably am going to put a aftermarket set of gauges up under somewhere. Try to hide them a little bit, but I definitely don't trust electronics, especially this old. So now I got to get some brake split. Alright, I had to run to the parts store again, get some Type F transmission fluid. Every time I go to the parts store, that's 20 miles. And so it takes time, and it's after 4:30 now, and we're trying to make this first drive here. And we'll start this thing up and check this fluid. I know it's still going to be a little bit low, and we'll get this topped off, and then we're going to try to drive this thing. All right, we're running nice and smooth and idle and slow, but we still got one lifter that's tapping. We're hoping it's going to clear up. We're getting ready to see if this thing's gonna move. So there we go. Oh, she moves. Like a little kid in here sitting down. All right. Well, she's gonna move, so let me get her back down to the down to the road, and we'll see what it does. All right, she died on me right out here at the driveway. We're still having some carburetor issues now. Just gonna take it easy. Still got to put the kit in the carburetor. Wash the windows. I know they're dirty. First drive since, let's see, I was 6 years old when this car was parked. This transmission shift. Kilometers working. Oh! Well, that's not a good thing. Well, let me see what we can do about that. It's starting to rain on me too. I must not have pushed the lever back in here. All right, let's try it again. The transmission's already shifted once. It went again. Pretty good. That's 60. With the brake. Oh, stopped pretty straight. Not bad. She tried to die on me. Going down to my son's house. $65, $70, without no tires balance. Yeah, she's having some issues when I let off of it. Definitely gonna need a carburetor rebuilt. Sputtering a little bit. Drives pretty good. I really like it. Surprised. It's popping. Pulled out there and my son stopped and check everything out. All right. Okay, she died on me again when I pulled up in here, but I have no problem with that. We can handle all that. I just want to check everything out, open the hood here. Whoop. Pull it again. There we go. Yeah, she's not burning off anything, really. Not blowing any water. Now, it was about 2 miles. Still it hadn't got hot enough to get the water and stuff off the manifold yet, so we definitely know that that temperature gauge is not working. Yeah, hoses are not hard. A little bit of pressure, but you know, normal. Brakes was really nice. It really stopped good and straight. I really like that. It's kind of unusual for drum brakes, especially after you just get through doing them. A lot of times you adjust them and they're not quite right, and you got to go back and do it again. Well, I think we'll fire it up and see if we can make it back home. So far so good. We're glad to get that exhaust fixed. All right, I'll make sure I've got that lever pushed in this time. We don't need the hood to be coming open on us, for sure. And yeah, I've got to get the air cleaner on it, no doubt. All right, this should start up. Yeah, she's definitely trying to, carburetor's getting worse and worse. I wish the radio worked. Sure like to hear that old AM crackling. Well, I should have known better not build the carburetor, but should have and could have, would have, all that good stuff. It seems like she's geared high. 70 mile an hour. Tell you what, you can hit 70 in a second now. Be more careful here. Keep her running at this one. Well, I would say that was a very successful test drive. She's definitely not ready for a road trip yet, but I don't think it's going to take much. So next we'll get the carburetor off, get to working on it. We'll get the exhaust taken care of. I may try to find out, and maybe somebody will know if they actually ran a fan shroud on these. Now there wasn't one on it when I got it. If nothing else, I could take and put longer bolts in a spacer and get that fan a little closer to the radiator. I think it would be a good idea. But anyway, so far so good. And no, I didn't get this in yet. And I'm going to stick them in there, and then I'm going to get it lined up, and that will make things a whole lot better anyway. So no water leaks, no issues there, and I think it's going to come out all right. So all right, I appreciate everybody watching, and like I said, first drive since I was 6 years old, right? So got quite a bit more to do, but we'll keep at it. We'll have her ready for the road trip here shortly. All right, bye.